everyone, and welcome to the map Waterfall. The Zerg player spawning in the upper right corner with the red hatchery. It is going to be Reynor. And the Protoss opponent, the challenger, in the bottom left with the blue Nexus and probes, Astrea. PvZ, ZvP, depending on how you cut it. Hatch block, successful, my favorite part of every PvZ. How can you not enjoy the suspense, the tension, I say. Reynor gonna just take the third base. Astrea, does he even bother checking? It's been some time since I've seen anybody pull a rogue from that GSL and cancel the third, go proxy it on the other side of the map. I wouldn't expect Reynor to do that. Astrea looking like he's gonna trust him though, did not even bother checking, just went straight for the main base to start harassing the drones. Zerg. The amount of shenanigans that you Zerg players have to put up with while you're just trying to drone. On the other side of the map, Astrea. It's looking normal. Won't know too much until that core is done, right guys? The beauty of Protoss. Really, kind of in all of the matchups. Yes, there's some things that you can do with that early gateway, whether you proxy it, or, maybe double, you put one at home, one on the other side of the map. But you don't really know what kind of game it's going to be until that core is done. You can see that first tech choice. Reynor, droning. Hoping to drone, probably going to take the third base. Ovi, already in here, already scouting. He wants to see that tech. Astrea, what are you planning? Twilight. Interesting. Reynor not going to spot that just yet. Lings forcing the probe away. Looks like it took some damage on its plasma shields. They will recover though. Probes, of course, very strong emotionally. They need no third-party support structure. They quite capable. So we know how good we are. The mere sight of a probe is enough to drive some players to fear, madness, and even worse. Really? What is going on here? You taking pictures of the Overlord? Especially underneath the Overlord? Did you ask permission before you could do that? Did the Overlord consent to this type of viewing? And speaking of questionable decisions, we have a Dark Templar build. Dark Shrine is probably the word I was looking for. There's going to be Dark Templar, but the Robo also means likely a Warp Prism. Will we see DT drop? Don't believe I've seen that. It could be Archon. Archon drop would be quite good. Reynor. Oh, is he gonna scout it? Lings also head into the natural and get a little bit of a surround on these two adepts. They both are going to be picked off. Probes have to be pulled. Ovi, I think he spotted it. A couple more adepts going to be warped in at the front. Probe losses appear to be minimal, and Reynor did spot the Dark Shrine. He knows it's coming now. Roach Warren started right away. Where there are shenanigans, roaches must follow to secure the bases. Spore crawlers also going to be started. Ops. There's the Prism. Initially warping in DTs. First two gonna make their way across the map. Observer gonna spot these Lings, DTs. They're the real story right now. Find a pack of wild queens and immediately slicing and dicing. Unfortunately, it is caught out in the middle of the map with no detection, and there won't really be much mobile detection until that lair's done. Lings, on the other side, looks like they got into the base yet again, but the Adepts are still here. They're able to clean that up. The OBS DT combo working well to get rid of these creep tumors. Not the usual choice you see for mopping up the creep, but here we are. Has there even been any drone attacks? No. He's not even going for the drones. He's using DTs to clean up creep. Okay then. Lings take a little nibble at that third base, nowhere near enough to actually get anything done, especially with a DT here. I like the DT for defense. That's a good touch. Warp Prism, making the presence of the DTs known. Yeah, you're not going to get much done there. Queens trying their hardest to actually put a dent in the prism. They get the obs. That's nice. No more creep tumor murders for you, Astrea. Archon warping in. One of the beauties of having this early DT tech is the ability to have Archons, which, if you don't believe Archons are strong, I'm going to say, how dare you build ghosts? Going for the Archon drop. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, the aggression, while not, of course, drastic, it's just 2 Archons, is also not going to stop. Astrea likely using this to buy enough time to force Reynor to use larva for army units instead of drones. Or he's just going to clean up the creep tumors. That works too. Take a few shots off at the roaches. More roaches gonna pop out. That's too many for those Archons. Archons, sadly, they get overwhelmed easily. They're also not exactly the speediest of units, so they can get chased down. They can get surrounded, overwhelmed. Stalker's gonna be here to support, though, and these Queens are in a bit of trouble now. One Adept, finding out what it's like to be on the wrong end of the Zergling. Stalker's on a move command. Oh. Luckily, nowhere near enough Lings to really pressure them and punish. Archons in the Warp Prism shields are looking a bit damaged, and this is a lot of roaches. Gonna need some raid to deal with all of those roaches. And of course, raid can come in the form of disruptors. Very good. That's the new product just released in 2017. 2017, 2015, I don't remember. Legacy of the Void has been out for such a long time at this point. Most of StarCraft's life has been in Legacy of the Void. Blink Stalkers trying to get some damage done. Again, that's just a lot of roaches. Reynor with the 98 army supply already. 70 drones, he's just ready to go. I would say he's maxed out, but he's actually supply blocked, which is a little different. Maybe Astrea's disruptors will help him out with that problem. Roaches again, applying pressure. Oh, taking the bile, Astrea. Uh-oh. Oh. How many Banes? 33. Disruptor hit takes a few out. Oh. Disruptor, second one going to be canceled before it can get that shot off. Roach is pushing forward, battery overcharge used, not going to be denied, not going to be taken out. Reynor, don't walk into your own biles. Walking up a ramp, you know battery overcharge was already used. It might be good enough. This disruptors, again, just a little bit of miscontrol on those disruptors. There's one more on the high ground that can help turn the tide of the fight. Oh, clips a Ravager. Not too much. Better than nothing, though. Zerg force is pushing forward up the ramp. They make the Stalkers vacate the position. Single Ravager holding off an Archon. I think it's too much Protoss, though. These roaches are getting much more bruised, beaten, or disrupted, frankly. Gets the prism on the way out. Reynor This is fine. If I have to leave, I'm taking your prism with me. And Astrea just let him. Okay, that's fine. If you promise to get the heck off my lawn, you can have the prism. Reynor, of course, the dirty, dark Zerg that he is, just circumvents and says, I think I'll stick around here. Astrea says, we had an agreement. I gave you my prism. So over here, Banelings trying to roll in, reach the probe. Stalkers blinking in the way, though. The sacrificial, heroic Stalkers. Probably the best use they have. Stalker insults. Yes, I went there. Yes, I said it. Remax looking like the same thing for Reynor. Upgrades? Minimal. They're both at +1. Astrea's +2 is just about to finish up. Banelings just goes for the Nexus instead. I'm not too sure about that choice. Another good disruptor hit onto the Roach Ravager. There are queens here. I think they're just spreading creep. I don't think they're actually here for the attack. But they could be. Queens are just that good. It wouldn't surprise me. Usually there's more than 3, though. A lot of Banes morphing in again. Reynor. 75 drones to Astrea's 83 probes. I'm impressed, actually. Astrea with the higher probe count. Higher worker count. You know what I mean. Good lord. Get off my back. Zerg forces rolling in yet again. They are going to connect with the probes this time. Astrea a bit distracted. Nexus goes down. 11 probes go down. Doesn't look like a lot of damage over here. Some buildings died. Some damage on the Nexus. The paint's a bit scratched. Other than that, though, looking fine. DT's going to be warped in on the far right side. I don't expect them to get much done, but one can hope. Ling's going to get in here, try and deny the base again. Have to figure out how to actually get to the Nexus, though, instead of just behind the other hungry Zerglings. Warp Prism took some damage from somewhere. Queen, I assume. DTs looks like they were denied. There were 7 drones killed off, though. I missed it. I missed the drone slaughter. Very sorry about that, guys. Reynor readying his next wave. More Ling, Bane, Roach, Ravager. It's a bludgeon style. So it does not have to be pretty. It does not have to be efficient. It just has to work. Disruptor shot going to be avoided. Evaded. Reynor now with the superior worker count, which is exactly what you need if you're going to be playing this kind of style. You want to get up to a really nice, strong economy. 80, 90, even 100 drones, it wouldn't surprise me. Because this is all about just having enough units to break your opponent. You just want to get in there, crack the door open, and crush them. Will Astrea crumble, though? He's maintaining a decently high supply. Army supply looking great. He's got 7 Archons. 6 Archons. Still, that's quite good. If only they weren't stuck behind all of the angry Stalkers here. Archons are very good against the Baneling. Look at this. This is just cinematic now. Oh my gosh. Got tons of Archons, Blink Stalkers, Charge Lot Warpin, not sure about what they want to do in life. That's fair, you got time. There's college applications to be filled out. And Astrea ready to push. He's actually ready to commit. Zerglings, not so much, not so sure. Oh, they don't even have charge. Oh, you don't even have charge, Astrea. Warping in a bunch of zealots without charge, he does torch this base and takes 13 drones in the process. Warp Prism gonna get a few of the zealots out of there. He does not want to press forward. He also probably shouldn't fly right over a spore crawler, but who am I to say? 15 drones in total. Reynor looking a bit more mortal. Dare I say. Warp Prism, getting a little dizzy over there. I'm a little dizzy just watching that. My goodness. 3 more Archons on the way. Going up to 9 Archons. That makes me happy. I like seeing Archons. One of, I think, the coolest Protoss units. May not be one of the best, the most effective, but certainly quite cool. DT getting some damage done in the main base this time. Not a whole lot up in the main base that's really worth fighting. The big battle's going to be over here, if the Archons can actually get in front of the Stalkers. Disruptor shot tries to connect with Lings. Successful hit on some Roaches and Ravagers as well. Protoss forces have to back up. Use the bridge to your advantage. Get an arc. Set up the curve. Reynor looks to hold for now. More Banelings on the way. Charge finally started for the Zealots. Like to see it. Ovi gonna spot the Warp Prism. Reynor, will he respond? What will he have? Probably just Lings. Or 1 Queen. Would you rather have 20 Zerglings or 1 Queen? And if you said Zerglings, shame on you. Lings, they're gonna get the scouting pylon. Reynor, not really enough forces to commit to this. The Protoss army is quite large, quite scary. Holy Disruptor, Batman. We got 6 Disruptors, 8 Archons on the field. Lings do make their way into the main base to turn off the lights at that Twilight Council. Recall initiated on just a few Archons. I like it. The controlled response. Astrea, Disruptor. Oh, jeez. They just keep going. Fire everything. Set phasers to annihilate Disruptors. Archons going to clean up. I'm not sure they can actually fit now. I guess they're House Archons. Unless there's a Warp Prism out somewhere. He could recall them, I guess, in another minute when it's off cooldown. Just recall them to one of the exterior bases. So they can once again be outside Archons. Disruptor shot against your own Nexus. Be a little careful, Astrea. DT taking a few shots at the Queen. Gonna get one. There's no Overseer here. Reynor. Then it's just sad. You're just letting the DT kill things. Oh, at least run away from them. Sport. Did you just shoot your own drone? Your own tumor? Reynor's angry. Ugh. Emotions. Tensions running high. Zealots gonna be warped in. A lot of Zealots gonna be warped in the main base. Giving the Zerg player quite the fire to put out. His army supply not anywhere near the Protosses right now. In fact, the money is just dwindling. The income. Astrea's up on the money, and that might start to really pay dividends. Good shot over here. Getting some probes. Unfortunately, DT getting the drones over there, getting the base, the Zealots wreaking havoc over here, and the main Protoss army set up in a magnificent arc here. I'm liking the plays from Astrea. He's taking it slow. He's just denying the outer bases. Commitment onto the Ravagers, I think that's fine. I think you have enough. Definitely an advantage. Reynor just gonna tap out Astrea with the superior supply, taking out those outlying bases. Reynor just did not have enough money to actually have an army to compete. Very entertaining, well earned to Astrea. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a great day.